We're just off the coast of Zanzibar, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you one of the most amazing experiences that we have here, seeing the green turtle hatchlings emerging from the nest and making their way to the water. First, I'd like to just tell you a little bit about what's going on here. So the female will have come up out of the water normally at night, just to avoid predators, and she came here on the 1st of June. So it's been just about 60 days usually. We're just over. Sometimes this can happen because the weather's a little bit colder and the eggs in the nest take a little bit longer to develop. So she'll have come up here, scraped away some of that loose top sand, and then she actually uses her rear flippers to dig down into the sand carefully like hands, and she scoops out a little tunnel to about 60 centimeters and then creates a nest, like a nice little dome down in there. She'll then deposit her eggs, and average is about 110, but there can be up to about 150 in there. And as I say, they stay in there for about 60 days. When those hatchlings emerge from the eggs, even under the sand, they can breathe. There's air filtering through those particles, and they'll stay down in there. We come and check on them regularly towards the end of that incubation period, and we can tell when they're going to be ready to leave because they have like a little a sac on there, like an umbilical sac. And once that has disappeared, that's their nutrients gone, and they're going to need to leave to then start feeding themselves. The temperature of the nest can make a difference. At about 29 degrees, below can usually give us males, and above can give us females. And when there's a fluctuation, we end up with a mix of the two. So, let's start having a look to see whether these little guys are ready. I'm just going to very, very carefully scrape away some of this sand. They could be anywhere under here, so I really don't want to be too rough. I've got my gloves on just to make sure I don't pass on any nasties from my skin to them. I can already start feeling that the sand is warm where the nest is, all that body heat coming off of them. Just make a little path for them to make their own way out of the nest. The ones that reach adulthood, females, will actually come back and lay their eggs here as well. They've got this amazing sense of like a natural GPS. So it's important that I don't take them to the water. I let them make their journey, and the mum's actually done a good job. It's not too much of a journey for them to get to the water here. It's actually, they've got a bit of a steep drop, and then they're right into the waves. Okay, there. I can see them now. They're using their front flippers to try and climb their way up. And we choose this time of day, so the evening, just as the sun is setting, because that's when most of the hatchlings around here naturally choose to come out anyway. And the reason is that they can avoid the predators. Now with us here as well, we can also help to avoid some of the birds picking them off, the crabs also picking them off, because once they get to the water, they'll have to face so many more trials that we can't help them with. There's fish that live all around the reef here, so what they're going to do is do their best to just swim as far as away as they can, right out into the ocean, to begin what's known as the lost years. It's about 3 to 5 years where they'll be way, way out in the ocean. And you might think that that's a dangerous place for a tiny little hatchling to be, but actually around here by the reefs, it's full of predatory snapper and giant trevally and other fish that would love to eat these guys. So the further away they are, the safer they'll be. And when they get to a bit of a bigger size, come on little one, then they'll be safe to return and start feeding on the seagrass, their main diet around here. Number one. There we go. Now this nest is absolutely full of them. As I say, there's usually about an average of about 110. And we're going to count these out, and we share that data to learn more about the turtles in this area. They're like ants, they're absolutely everywhere in here now. Just past 80. Number 100 coming out. These last ones are taking forever. Just keep on falling over. 1, 2, 3. Even more. And there we have it. This is the last of them making their way into the water. We had a total of 122, and that might sound like a lot, but it's thought that only 1 in 1,000 will make it to adulthood, because it takes roughly about 25 years for them to reach sexual maturity, come back here, and then the females try to reproduce. The odds that they're about to face are huge. So good luck. Thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoyed seeing that, and we look forward to sharing the next nest with you.